Hi, my name's John from Competitive Edge Cyclery in Upland, California, and I'm going to be showing you how to do some maintenance on your BMX bike today. Some of the things you're going to need to know about maintaining your BMX bike apply to all bikes in general. You're going to want to make sure that your brakes are working properly. You're going to want to make sure that the headset is tight. The wheels, the bearings are adjusted and proper on that. Same with the bottom bracket and chain. I'm going to go over each part of that and show you exactly what I mean by properly maintained. This happens to be a new bike. One of the ways you can check your headset to make sure that it's tightened and properly adjusted is to wiggle the bars back and forth. When you're standing on it, lift up and down on the handlebar in this position so that you can feel if there's any play in this. All right, this happens to be a sealed bearing hub set, which don't require much in the way of maintenance. So I do have one here that has the cone bearing style, and basically what you're going to do is to disassemble it, you're going to pull the axle nut off. You'll have it in hand. This applies to front and rear wheels. You're going to break the nut loose from the jam nut here, which is done by holding it with a cone wrench. Park makes these. We carry them at the bike shop. It's Park thin bladed wrench that's specifically designed to fit in between the little groove there. And then in order to break that loose, you're going to want to take a wrench and take that apart so that it's loose now, and just remove that nut and then the cone on this side. And what's going to happen is there's ball bearings inside here that you can take out and grease and replace as needed. If they are rough, you're going to want to get a new set of cones and bearings as well. If they're in good shape, re-grease them and put it back together. Once you get it reassembled, you're going to have to adjust the play in that cone and bearing set. The way you do that is you want to get it snug by hand, and then you're going to feel the bearing, and you want it to be smooth, but you don't want it to have any play either. And once you get it to where it's smooth with no play, then you can go ahead and tighten down the outer nut, but you're going to have to hold that inner cone as well. So what I'll do is I'll hold the inner cone and then tighten the outer one down onto it, and then we'll be good to go. You're going to want to check them every 6 months or so. If you're in a place where there's a lot of water, or you leave your bike out, it's going to obviously get water in there and ruin the bearings a lot quicker. Another thing you're going to want to check is the rear end. You're going to want to make sure that your chain isn't too loose or too tight. If the chain is too loose, you can loosen the drive side, and then with your other hand push it to the side and get that chain to bring up tighter. And then once you get that tight, you can go to the other side and do that as well, rocking the wheel back and forth, pulling the chain back. If there are any other problems that you have, contact your local bike shop and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out with that.